Hey everyone, this is a short video for numbers 10 to 17 on page 23. Alright, the first three that we're going to take a look at are numbers 10 to 12. Now, these three types of problems, they're very similar in the terms of you have variables on both sides of the equation, as well as there are some things that you're going to need to distribute. So, again, think about the steps that we're taking. 1, write down the problem. 2, eliminate fractions. There's no fractions here, so you go to next step. Distribute and simplify. Remember, you're multiplying every single term. So for number 10, 12 times the difference of 2w and 3, or negative 3. I'm going to end up with 24w minus 36 is equal to 6w. Remember, at this point, we want to get all our numbers on the right-hand side, all of our variables on the left-hand side. So think about what you need to do with this negative 36 here, and think about what you have to do to this 6w to get it all on this variables on one side, numbers on the other. Let's take a look at number 11. Distribute. Again, 2n minus 2 times negative 3 is going to give you negative 6. That's going to equal 4n plus 1. Again, the same type of question as the previous one. You want all of your numbers on the right-hand side, all of your variables on the left-hand side. Think about how you're going to cancel out this negative 6. Think about how you're going to cancel out this 4n on the right-hand side. And then you're solving for what 1n is equal to. With number 12, same thing. Distribute first. 8z, then minus 2 is equal to 3z plus 6. Same type of thing. Variables on the left, numbers on the right. Think about how you're going to get rid of this negative 2. Think about how you're going to get rid of this 3z on the right-hand side and solve from there. All right. Now, if we're taking a look at numbers 13 and 14, these ones look a little tougher, but these are still doable problems. For number 13, you're working with decimals. Number 14, you're working with fractions. But you can make both of these fractions. So for instance, for number 13, if you don't want to work with fractions or with decimals, you can convert them to fractions. I can rewrite this 1/10 x just like how you heard it. 1/10 x is equal to, well, I can rewrite that as a fraction too. 2/10 over x plus 2. Now, with these types of problems, you're going to kill the fraction. When you're killing the fraction, you're thinking of, well, what is the least common multiple between them? Well, for these ones, we have tenths, because when we say it as a decimal, they're actually like that, 1/10. This would be 2/10. So for me to kill the fraction, I'm just going to multiply the whole equation by the denominator. So I'm going to multiply this whole thing by 10. So when you're writing this out, just like when we're simplifying simplifying those expressions, you can rewrite them like so. You can rewrite this as 10 over 1 times 1/10 x is equal to 10 over 1 times 2/10, and then inside we just have this. But remember, when we're working with this, we don't touch what's in the parentheses here, okay? Because the actual number that we're working with, it is this times what's in parentheses. So we have to do this first so that we can work with some easier numbers. Now, remember, when we're multiplying across, we just get 10 over 1 over 1 times 10, or simply 1x. I'm just going to rewrite it as x is equal to, here, I'm just doing this part only. I'm only multiplying what's outside the parentheses here. So in fact, I have 10 times 2 over 1 times 10, which would be 20 over 10, or 2. And then we just rewrite what's in the parentheses. And then from there, same thing as the other problems. Distribute, and then solve for your variable. Number 14, in class we talked about this one. Remember, this one, we have a lot of fractions here, so we want to get rid of them all. But for you to get rid of them, you have to think about what is the least common multiple. So here, if I just think about 6, well, I know that 6 and 4, they're not common multiples of each other. Not yet, at least. So we go think about the multiples of 6. 6, 12. Oh yes, 12. 12 is a common multiple between 6 and 4, and it's also a common multiple with 3. So I'm going to multiply everything by 12 to get rid of these fractions. 12 times 1/6d plus 2/3 is equal to 1/4 times d minus 2 in bracket. Remember, I'm only multiplying everything that's outside of parentheses. All right, let's do it. 12 times 1/6, or you can think of it as 12 over 6 d. So that actually equals 2d plus 12 times 2/3. Well, I know that 12 times 2 will give me 24, divided by 3 will give me 8, is equal to 12 times 1/4, or 12 divided by 4 will give me 3 times d minus 2. Now from there, solve it like normal. Distribute. Get all your variables on the left-hand side and all your numbers on the right-hand side. Okay, that is what you're doing with 13 and 14. All right, take a look at numbers 15, 16, and 17. All right, these ones, for number 15, you're just making that correction, the one that you see right here. This person made a mistake in this area right here. So you're thinking of what the mistake is and then actually going back and solving it yourself. All right, number 16, it already gives you the equation right here. All you have to do is solve for p. Solve for p in this equation. All right, for number 17, you're thinking of how you can write and solve an equation to find the number of miles you must drive to have the same cost for each car rental. Well, you already have this. You have what both of them are, the cost of both. This one is $15 plus 50 cents per mile, and this one is 25 plus 25 cents per mile. So if you want to work with this, think about what's going to be changing. Think about what your variable is going to be. So here, we can just make our variable into an m, and we have 15 plus 50 cents per mile is equal to 25 plus 25 hundredths per mile. And then from there, solve it out. You can work with fractions on this if you want to work with them. You can kill off your fractions like that. Or if you choose to, you can work with decimals. It's up to you. All right, bring your questions in tomorrow and we'll take a look at them. Have a good night.